Hey guys, welcome back. So today we've got a project to work on together because I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with a couple of plants in particular. Let me show you. Okay. So we have this guy. This is my Scindapsus pictus exotica. And, you know, I was really trying to keep her just in this pot doing her thing. But look at this. This is the top of the pot. She's also really thirsty and apparently has fungus gnats as well, even though I haven't watered her in forever. So how are there fungus gnats? Tell me. But anyway, yeah, so she's not looking super great from the top. She's looking real bad. This whole section, like, look at that. Not a single leaf in that whole section. Let's make it official. Bam. Now there's not a single leaf in that whole section. Not great. And then we've got this part, which when it's not thirsty, this part does look really nice and lush. Wow, it is. It's really thirsty. I'm like just realizing now how thirsty it is. It's, yeah. So we're going to chop this guy up and I'm going to put all of the cuttings into my really pretty propagation station that we actually put cuttings in previously, like not that long ago. This is what it looked like, or this is what we put in it. Here's a picture. Boop. They're all dead. That was a bunch of Philodendron Brazil. I feel like some Cebu Blue. Maybe just some regular Philodendron Heteroecium, like the heartleaf philodendron. But yeah, they all died. So I just never refilled the water. I looked at them, watched them die every day, was like, see ya. Didn't have the energy, didn't have the mental capacity to do it. So we're going to try again. And with my Scindapsus pictus exotica, because I care about this plant more, so hopefully I will actually refill the water. I'm also going to keep this guy, or maybe my smaller one, downstairs. That way I will always have something to easily refill the water. Huh? So that way maybe I'll actually do it. So that's my plan for that plant. And then, do you hear the crispiness? Do you want to take a guess as to what plant this crispy sound is coming from? This is the Cebu Blue that we also potted up together. We took these cuttings, I think, and then we for sure potted them together. I remember doing that. And I honestly put it in like a terrible spot, thinking it looked cute there. And once again, I just like watched it slowly die every single day because it never got any real light like I was hoping it maybe would, but it didn't. So this is what we're working with. Now, I did think that this sucker was like totally dead, so I was just going to chuck it into the garbage. But if we look here, we do have some life happening somehow. There's like a little tiny bit. So I do want to salvage what's left of this and try to start over again. And yeah, but most of it's going in the garbage, which is fine. It happens, right? So yeah, that is the plan. I feel like it's probably going to evolve into other things. We will see where this takes us, but I searched forever and I found my scissors. Where'd they go? Oh, here we go. So I've got some scissors. Let's get to cutting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put all of the dead leaves in this giant pitcher as well. And just in like walking over here, moving the plant, I lost a handful of leaves already. More. And yeah, so those are all going to go in here. This is going to act as my trash can. All right, let's do it. Okay, I have a stool here. I think I'm gonna need to re-angle you guys a smidge so you can see what's going on. Can you see here? All right. Here she is. I'm so sorry. Okay. Somehow though, there is new growth. Like, I don't know how that happens. Plants are so resilient, I'm telling you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just start pulling off dead stuff. Like stuff that's clearly super dead. Like that, that's not coming back. It's not even really spooky season yet, but this plant is acting like it is. Okay. God, we are getting close to spooky season though, aren't we? I don't know what, that gives me so much anxiety. I know that the winter-y months in Washington are gonna be very dark and rainy. So I just have to mentally prepare myself for that. And just make sure I have all of my grow lights on in here and it stays nice and bright in here for me and the dogs. And hopefully that'll help keep my spirits up during this first winter back here, and hopefully my only winter back here. I've got big savings goals here, so we'll see what I can make happen. And of course, I will take you guys along with me the entire way whenever I move. I hope to document the process whenever I do get to move to like a space that is my own again. And yeah, I'm excited to share that with you guys whenever it does happen. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me, y'all. What a freaking year it's been. Okay, now look at that. I got rid of all the dead stuff and that doesn't look terrible. But we are still gonna cut it. So let's go ahead. See if I can kind of get this up in here so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna chop right there. So we've got a couple bare nodes already, but I'm gonna pull that leaf off. That's pretty cute. Look at that. It's a pretty cute little cutting there. You can kind of see how blue it is against my blue sweatshirt too. Love it. Okay, so I'm probably gonna end up having to pull off like these last two leaves here as well, just so that it has enough space to stick into the water and reroot. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that as is. And I'm gonna set it back here. All right, now for the rest of this, I'm just throwing it away. I don't think that's coming back. So I think that's the only cutting that we're gonna get, but it is a nice one, so it's okay. That is all right. So I'm gonna put this to the side, and that way later on I can go like outside or in the garage and separate out the roots, like the dead roots, and just toss those, and that way I can reuse this soil and bark and stuff. Okay, that was easy. Now, for this guy. Oh. If you guys have watched my channel for a while, do you remember how gorgeous and lush and happy this plant once was? Man, this plant I feel like has been a reflection of my life lately. Like, can you not? Thanks. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start with, I don't know, we're just gonna go one by one here with this plant because she deserves it. So this will be a nice looking 3-leaf cutting once it's in water, because oh my God, I'm so sorry. All right, I'm gonna chop her so she's got a little bit of length to stick into water and like 3 different nodes to root from potentially, and pull that dead leaf off, and I'm just gonna like flap that to the back. Oh, okay. All right. You know, it's just kind of popped out of the back of the plant. I've got a couple nasty looking leaves here. This part obviously like came out of the pot. He decided he was done with that. So, but it does have like a growth point right here. Somehow, I'm not mad at it. We like that. So I'm just gonna chop it and I'm gonna try and root this again and we'll see what happens. I'll make that shorter actually. Man, do you see how like nice and tight the nodes were at one point? Oh gosh. we can get back there. That is okay. We will regrow myself and the plant, right? Okay. Take that off it. It's not what I thought was going to happen. Okay, cool. That didn't tear the way I thought it was going to. So let's see. This is weird. This is weird. I'm just going to chop it here. That way we've got a few nodes, or like a couple nodes to put in the water. We'll see. We'll see if any of these survive, honestly. None of them look super great. And okay, you know, I don't think I'm gonna be keeping any of these like long empty nodes. I'm just not. So I guess I can just cut them off. Oh, we've got some growth. My garbage can pitcher. So it like grew a couple of leaves after a long stretch of leaves dying. It grew some, or it kept some, whatever, I don't know the order. And now we've got some empty space again, and then a couple more leaves. So I'm gonna chop right after the second leaf here. Chop right there under that node, or yeah, under the node. And then where do you end and where do you begin? I don't want to rip these leaves. They're just like perfectly twisted. Okay. So this doesn't look great. So let's just get rid of this leaf here, because we've got like two cute little leaves. Once again, they will be cute once they are watered. I believe it. So I'm just gonna chop right here. We're gonna get rid of that leaf. It's fine. And now that gave us two more cuttings. I think I'm gonna chop this a little bit short, actually. There we go. So far, this is like the little handful of exotica cuttings that we're working with. So not too bad. And we still have a ways to go here. So we're gonna have a good amount of plant to work with, I think, if I can keep up on watering. Where did this one come from? This was just like flung off to the side. I wonder if this one just like flung itself off. I don't really know, but we will take one leaf off and try to grow it. Why not? This plant is so pitiful. Okay, we're just gonna... So this entire section right here, this long empty vine, is in there by one root that was an aerial root. That's crazy. Okay. This guy had 25 bare nodes. Crazy. Okay, we do have 3 leaves though. So we're gonna chop that guy and stick it in the water. Oh my goodness. Whew, okay. That was a thick node. Okay, so here is another sad vine. We do have, I think, the most leaves that we've seen so far on a vine with this one, so that's something. Okay. So we've got a, oh, is that a decent section? Not really. I'm gonna chop this guy. And that just has one ugly, like, torn leaf. So we're just gonna toss that section. And then this guy is like halfway decent with these 3 leaves, but then we have a break right here and then like an ugly leaf. Well, and then that's really it. So we're just gonna chop it right under this 3rd leaf's node. Oh, that makes sense. So we have 1, 2, 3 leaves, and then right under that last leaf is where I chopped. So we've got that, and I'm gonna chop the tail a little bit just so that there's not so much bare root or bare node space for the roots to grow. Okay, now, oh yeah, that's ugly. Trash. Oh my gosh. We have a trend here of a lot of just like 3 decent leaves. So that's actually kind of nice because then hopefully if they all start to grow, then when it's time to pot them, it'll look like a nice kind of even bushy plant. So that could really work out in our favor here. What is happening? Oh, it just keeps going. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought my computer was making a weird noise, but I think I just hear a kid on a scooter outside. It's like, what? We're good. We're in the clear. No computer malfunctions today. All right, now we've had a couple 2-leafers in a row. But again, I don't think that'll be terrible if they actually grow. Chop that there. Another 2-leafer. And no, I have not cleaned my scissors. They're very, very dirty. Oh, but it's fine. This plant's not that important. I'm not that worried about it. It sounds bad, but who cares? I'm feeling a sense of relief already, honestly. I've been meaning to do this for like a week at least. At least it's been sitting on my floor in my bedroom so that I would do it for a week. And I meant to do it like and film this every single day after work. And then I just get home. Some days I would go directly to the gym after work. And sometimes I would just come home because I was like so tired, my feet were hurting. And then, you know, you have to take the babies for a nice long walk, at least a good hour, and then would just like make dinner, and that was it. That was all I had the capacity for. So I'm really sorry that like the videos have been lacking and like not on my normal schedule lately. Your girl has been struggling to get enough energy. So, which I do know the culprit of that. So I'm working on it, and I'm hoping to really get my butt back into gear and get my videos back on schedule. I haven't had like my videos like scheduled and ready to go for like a week or 2 or more out in a while now. And that always felt so good to know that like I have like good stuff that I was like proud of, like ready to go for you guys. And then I could focus on like trying to actually post stuff on Instagram for you guys and making that fun. And instead, that would just kind of like fall to the wayside and become like an extra like stressful thing that I just didn't really want to do as much. So I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I don't know. Thanks for hanging with me and watching my videos, even if they don't come out at their like normal quote unquote scheduled time and day. I just really appreciate all you guys that support me and watch my videos and stuff, because this really is so much fun for me. So I don't know. It's just nice to know that people actually like them and that you guys enjoy watching. So thank you. Okay, we are almost officially done here. Oh, okay. This is like one of the last cuttings, and I think it's the prettiest because it's the least thirsty looking. Is that weirdness on the leaf? Oh, no, it's just the leaf. I was thinking that one was like a weird color, but I think it's just because it was dipped in a little bit. But yeah, 3 beautiful leaves on this one. I don't want to get rid of this leaf, but I might have to in order for that to be able to get into the water and root enough. I might have to get rid of this leaf, so it might just be left with these 2 leaves, but that'll be okay. Now this ugly one, let's look at you. I don't think I'm gonna salvage you. No, that's a goner. Okay, now we just have a bunch of like nasty stuff like this. Okay. It just pulls out of the pot. Doesn't even want to be in there anymore. Yeah, wow. Those roots still looked alive. Like they're definitely, well, not all of them, but some of them are still alive, but they're just not long for this world. Oh, those are some pretty roots though. That is so satisfying. Look at those roots. Bummer. Okay, now I'm just pulling out dirt. Okay. Wow. Look at that. We filled her up. Okie dokie. So we have got quite a few cuttings here. I will count them up and get them all bunched in a pretty little bouquet for you. Not as pretty of a bouquet as I would have liked, but this is a thirsty bouquet of 18 Scindapsus pictus exotica cuttings. So hopefully, oh, here's our nicest one out front and center. Look at her. Just look at those ones. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the propagation station downstairs. I'm gonna fill it up with water, and by golly, I'm gonna keep these suckers alive. Oh, and hold on. Can't forget about you. Where's the end of you? There we go. And our single Cebu blue cutting. So hopefully we can keep this little guy alive as well. Good thing is even if all of these die and I am in the place where I'm ready to get plants again, I can easily get both of these plants at pretty much any big box store or local nursery, no matter where I am. So especially once I get back to Colorado, I know I'm gonna have 3 fantastic nurseries really close by me. So I'm super excited for when that happens again. But even as of now, I've got some big box stores that are really close to me. So I know that well, I'm not going to be getting any plants while I'm here. There's no space, but if I really wanted to, I know that I could. So moral of the story is, even if you make a boo-boo and you let all of your propagations die, there's more of that plant somewhere in the world that you can get again someday if you really want to. So not that big of a deal if you let all of your props die. At least that's what I'm telling myself. So I'm gonna tell you guys too. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. I hope you enjoyed taking some cuttings, getting some chop relief here. I honestly feel so relieved not having this giant monstrosity of a Scindapsus. Just, it was hanging in my closet for a while. I have grow lights in there, so it was getting light, but it was just so ugly because I had that long section of just nothing, of what's in here basically, which is more than what's in here, I'm pretty sure. So I feel so much better knowing that that is just gonna grow a beautiful new life here. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you very soon for another video. I'm not putting these in water before I actually leave you. I do want to let you know I'm not going to be putting these in water right away, because if you can see the tips there of the cuttings, they are still very white and like kind of light green. So I'm gonna wait for them all to callus over. They're not super thick though, so it shouldn't take more than like an hour. And then once they do callus over, then I will put them into the water to hopefully start regrowing. Okay, now officially, see you later.